Hello and welcome back, my beautiful twin flames. Thank you so much for joining me. As promised in my last reading, I was going to address the questions that you replied back because I asked if you had any questions about the inner child or about the twin flame journey. So these questions are for all of you to help give you insight and just on what's happening or what could be happening in your connection. So we're going to start off with the inner child questions. So we'll start with the first one. And this one says, why am I always feeling immense pain when I do not receive the kind of reciprocation from the person I want? So this happens very often on the twin flame journey when twin flames go into separation due to fear, due to the one twin flame kind of running from the intensity of the connection. They're running from their own emotions. And this does stem from the inner child running away from their own feelings. As children, when we feel these intense emotions and we're not taught or supported with how to process them, how to release them, we tend to, for survival, we just run away. So your question is, how do you deal with the pain? So this pain is also stemming from the inner child wounds of pain of rejection and pain of abandonment. And so how you can deal with the pain is by actually feeling it. And because when we feel, we heal. So when we allow for the space, so take some time, set aside time for you to just be by yourself and allow the feelings to come up, the feelings of pain. And when you allow yourself to get in touch with that pain, it can come out as tears. So crying is very natural. Feeling angry is very natural. So allowing yourself the space and time to feel the pain really helps release it from the cells, from the memory of the cells in our body. So by actually feeling it, you're helping to release that pain. And this pain will always be triggered because it's the wound from our inner child that hasn't been healed yet. So once the wound has been cleared and healed, it's still very natural to be triggered. However, because you're healing the wound, that you're able to kind of it's not as intense, you don't feel as triggered, and you're able to get back to neutral, quicker and quicker. So I hope that answers the question. I just want to see why. Yeah, so the reason why we're always feeling this immense pain is because it does stem from the inner child wound. And this wound will keep being triggered until we heal it. And that's where I've designed my inner child healings to assist with releasing them energetically. And so the next question is how to talk to your twin flame inner child. So I'm not sure if you mean how to talk to your inner child or how to talk to your twin flame's inner child. You can do both. You might want to start off speaking with your own inner child first. And all you do is, again, set aside time and just have the intention of connecting with your inner child. So you can do it, while you're in the shower, while you're washing the dishes, while you're driving. When you just have some quiet time to yourself, you can just check in and say, little Jade, how are you feeling today? If you had a nickname growing up, then you can address your inner child by the name that you had growing up. And so when you ask questions, it's more likely that you will be able to hear. I just heard some horn outside. It's more likely that you will hear a response from your inner child. What is very natural to happen is that when you first begin, trying to communicate with your inner child, you might not hear anything. You might not get any reply. You might not hear anything. Sometimes it can just be a feeling that comes up, any kind of feeling. It could be anger, sadness. It could be an urge to do something. There's no right or wrong because everyone's experience is different. However, in general, you can actually have a conversation. So what often happens is when we begin to go within, sometimes we hear voices or messages that sound scary or inappropriate or shocking. It's very natural, and I feel like this is why many of us, when we first start meditating or going within, that's what happens, and it can be very scary. It's very natural. Just think of our subconscious being programmed, from a very early age of scary things, fearful things. So this could just be reflecting what's been buried deep inside of the subconscious, frightening images or frightening voices, or, something that you watched on television when you were a kid. It could be anything. So sometimes that's what comes up, and that's very natural. So if you find that happening at the beginning, you can just say, "Thank you for sharing. I love you. I will check in again later." So you just keep on trying to connect with your inner child. And when your inner child feels safe enough that, they're not going to get in trouble or they're not going to be yelled at or reprimanded, then the inner child feels safe to connect with you. Another way you can connect is by writing. So you can write a question, and then whatever answer that comes up is your inner child communicating with you. And so if you're also wanting to connect with your twin flame's inner child, you can just do the same exact thing. And what's beautiful about that is that if our twin flame is not aware of their inner child or not connecting with their inner child, it's a beautiful way for you to kind of nurture and give some attention. Now, just keep in mind, it's our twin flame's job to nurture their inner child, but we can lend some support, send some love, anything to help our twin flame on their healing journey as well. So let's continue on with the next question. Okay. Have I let go of adult illusions and embraced a little more of the inner being? Okay, so that's more of a personal question, I feel that. But I can go in general and say that the more that we nurture our inner child, the more that we give attention to our inner child, the more that we are embracing our inner child. And we can let go of any illusions that we have as adults, or any illusion of separation or fear. And I just wanted to also mention that if you're hearing any fear, like messages that create a sense of fear, just know that it's not real, that it's an illusion. It could be your inner child who has experienced a lot of fear in life, exhibiting these emotions, making you feel fearful. So just keep in mind that if ever you're receiving a fearful message from anywhere, that just to remember that it's an illusion, and that it's false evidence appearing real. It appears real, it feels real, it sounds real, but it's just an illusion. It's just, again, like what's been buried within your inner child, within our subconscious. So not to really pay much attention to the fear aspect of what is within us, because we all have that. It's what makes us. It's like it's part of what our makeup is. Why am I accused of lying by my twin flame when I'm actually not? Okay, so I'm not sure. I don't think was an inner child, but we can relate it to when we are growing up, and we are always accused of, when we're a child, of lying. Like, say we get in trouble for lying from our parents, from teachers, authority figures, but we're actually telling the truth. It's because somewhere within us is a vibration of an untruth. So it could be that you're lying to yourself. There's something that is like, there's an untruth. So even though your twin flame may be accusing you of lying, you are mirroring each other. So it's mirroring within you the fact that you're lying to yourself about something, and it's mirroring to them their inability to trust, but also that they are hiding from something as well that they're not willing to face. So it's not that, like, it's part of the pattern of being accused of something that you didn't do and always feeling guilty about it. So the inner child wound that needs to be healed is that attachment to guilt, releasing that guilt. And again, we go over this in the healing sessions to help you actually release why the pattern keeps happening. Because the reason why the pattern keeps happening, if you go back to, say, when you first felt rejected, or you first felt that pain, could have been from a parent, caregiver, loved one, you'll notice that it's a pattern, and that it played out in, the years of growing up, of feeling that same rejection. So feeling rejected by our twin flame is actually a pattern that's playing out from the initial time that you first felt rejected. And once we interrupt that pattern, once we let go of that pain of rejection, you won't be as triggered in your twin flame connection anymore. And you'll be able to sustain peace and harmony. So let's continue on with, I think now we can go into the twin flame journey questions. So how do I stop chasing my twin flame energetically? Awesome question, because the runner chaser phase can be a very long phase. And it's because it can feel very addictive. We don't realize we're addicted to it, but imagine being chased by your twin flame, and there's a certain kind of satisfaction in a way, knowing that someone desires you and loves you so much that they're just going to keep chasing you. And when they stop chasing you, or when you give in, they're going to stop chasing you. So it's like that rush is no longer there. So it's kind of like an ego thing that we get caught up in, an ego game. And the chaser just keeps chasing because the runner keeps running, and vice versa. So the way to stop is to just choose to stop. And it can be very difficult to stop, because it becomes a pattern, it becomes a habit. It's like, well, I don't know how to love my twin flame without chasing them. And the same thing for them. They're like, well, I don't know how to be with my twin flame without running from them. So it is just a pattern that is playing out, that once you choose to stop chasing, that they will stop running. You just want to make sure that you don't stop and then end up being the runner and then them chasing you. It is really a vicious cycle that just keeps on going. However, just choose to stop chasing. And a really beautiful way to stop chasing them energetically is to pour that energy into your inner child. Because that's what is really the desire of wanting to be fulfilled. Your inner child wants your love, wants your attention, because that's what you're wanting from your twin flame. That's why you keep chasing them. They want your energy, attention, and love. That's why they keep running, so that you'll keep chasing them and giving them that attention. So when you pour that love and attention into your inner child, then the cycle ends. Okay. Is my twin flame healing at the same time as I am? Yes, very much so. There is a video that I included in my 12-week online course where there is one photon, a blue photon. It chooses to split into two for the purpose of evolution and growth and expansion. And so they are now two red photons, and they can travel to the opposite ends of the universe, but they are always connected through entanglement because they were once connected. So whatever happens to one photon happens to the other. So whatever happens to your twin flame happens to you, no matter where you are, halfway across the world, in a different dimension, even through death. Whatever happens to one affects the other, and it is almost immediate. They sense a change. They can sense a shift. So the inner work that you're doing definitely impacts your twin flame. Keep in mind that we can't keep healing for the sake of healing our twin flame. They have to take responsibility and, pull their weight and do their inner work, which they may not do in the same way that you do, but whatever mode of healing works for them, they will be open to. They will be inspired by the inner work that you're doing. Any shift in consciousness absolutely happens in both twin flames, even if they tend to want to stay and hide out in illusion or in the 3D realm. It does impact their consciousness. So keep doing your inner work, because it not only helps your twin flame, but it helps you in the sense of moving forward on your own journey and in all areas of life. Okay, I am married. Does this slow down the union process with my twin flame? So I would say that being married to other partners does slow down the process of union, because there are other karmic partners involved. But it's not to say that even if there were two twin flames that were single, that being single could still take much longer than twin flames being married to other people. And this is not to say, that we are not meant to respect the institution of marriage and respect the family dynamic. Twin flame union is not about that. It's about having respect and reverence for life and for other people's choices and paths. So it's just about timing and choice. If your twin flame isn't choosing you and they're choosing to stay married, there's also that within you that you are not choosing your twin flame fully yet. And again, that's why it's the journey. So it will take time, because there are other partners involved, and being a twin flame, having unconditional love is always for the highest good of for everyone. So when you come from unconditional love for yourself and for others and for karmic partners, then it's always for the highest good. And what I like to give examples of is, say that say for example, I am in separation from my twin flame, and my twin flame is with a karmic partner. So in a past life, I was married to that karmic partner, and I chose not to leave, or I couldn't leave, or I just chose not to leave that marriage that I was in. And so in this lifetime, my spouse from the previous lifetime now is married to or in partnership with my twin flame, so that both parties can learn, evolve, and grow and learn the lessons. So the sooner we learn the lessons, the sooner we have forgiveness, unconditional love, and compassion for our twin flame in their situation or your situation, the sooner that we're able to level up and we can pass that lesson and move on to the next lesson. Because that's all it is. It's learning the lessons to come back into alignment. And alignment just means balance, harmony, unconditional love. And sometimes we have to do a lot of forgiving before we can get to that place of unconditional love. Okay, so let's see what else is there. Sorry, I'm just trying to log into my phone. Okay, in separation, my twin flame has shut down his heart chakra. What can I do to release the blocks? So again, twin flames are mirrors. When your twin flame is showing that they have closed down their heart chakra, there's a part of you that has done the same thing. And so the best way to release that block is to just open up your own heart to whatever your heart is closed off from. Your heart could be closed off to yourself, to others, to your family, to parents, to children, to exes. Wherever there is no unconditional love is showing us where we need to open our heart again. When we haven't forgiven, then that is a block, and it will mirror in our twin flame having a block, or it will just appear as an energy block to your union. So forgiveness is really a way to open the heart back up, and sometimes that just means forgiving your twin flame, because there's some resentment there that can be residual from past lives, that you think you don't have resentment towards your twin flame, but in most cases it is because there is resentment towards your twin flame for not choosing you, or for your situation from past lives. Okay, and we are in complete separation. We don't talk, will it end? Your twin flame bond can never break. Whether it ends is always a free will choice, because both you and your twin flame have free will, and you can very much choose to not go back. And sometimes twin flames choose not to go back because there is just so much pain. And the reason why there's so much pain is because it's showing you. Your twin flame connection is meant to show you where you need to heal. And a lot of that pain, again, stems from childhood, stems from past lives. So whether it ends or not is always up to you, and it's always a choice. However, the bond itself can never end, even if you choose to never go back. Twin flames are always meant to be in union. The universe supports union. The universe wants all twin flames into union, because that means the world is healing. That means twin flames are practicing unconditional love and forgiveness, which is what the world needs. The world needs compassion and love, and for twin flames to anchor that love into the planet through union. I mean, we can heal even though we're not in union. However, coming into union means we are in alignment with our higher selves, with the true essence of who we are. We are aligned with harmony and balance and unconditional love. So that is the goal of the universe, and the universe wants twin flames to be in union. However, it's the ego, it's fear, it's attachment that keeps twin flames separate. And again, separation is just an illusion. It's not the truth. Okay. I am confused whether he's my twin flame or not. Sometimes I want him and sometimes I want to come out. So the way to know if someone is your true twin flame, the only way to know that is based on trust and faith in yourself, in your inner knowing. But you can't really trust your inner knowing unless you know who you are. You must know yourself inside and out, who you are, why you are here, what is your purpose, what is the truth of your twin flame connection, and why are you experiencing it the way you are. When you know the answers to all those questions, you will by far know who your twin flame is, because you know who you are. You recognize the truth of who you are. And so, again, in my work where I support twin flames with my 12-week online course, it's all about coming into alignment, knowing who you truly are. And then it's like you know who your twin flame is like the back of your hand. It's very natural to deny it at some point. It's natural to doubt it, but that's part of our being human, not believing, not trusting, not having faith, not trusting in our own intuition. And so by knowing yourself, like inside and out, knowing is having gone through the journey. Knowing yourself is you walking on this journey, learning the lessons, and evolving and growing into your true self, who you truly are. Because a lot of who we are is just conditioning from the past, conditioning from fear, conditioning from woundedness. That's not who we truly are. It was our experience, but the journey is to discover who we truly are and embrace that, accept it, to come into true alignment with your higher self. And you are aligning. So once you know yourself, there's no confusion. The reason why you're confused about your twin flame is because you're confused about who you are. And we'll also mention this because I have experienced many of my clients who they receive a reading from me and they confirm who their twin flame is. Not that I confirm it, but they give me the name, the first name, and it's because they know for certain, and there's no uncertainty, there's no confusion that comes up in the reading. When someone goes to many different readers and they're feeling confused, every reading will reflect the same confusion, and readers will say, no, this is not your twin flame. First of all, it's not really up to readers to say yes or no. We can confirm the energies, we can, but we cannot say that yes, they are for sure, or no, they aren't for sure, because only you know that. And the readers will only reflect your state of being at that moment. When you approach the reader with doubt, uncertainty, confusion, that's what's going to come up in the reading, and they'll read the energy as no, that they're not your twin flame. So it's just a reflection. So be very careful about going to too many readers when you aren't certain yourself. So again, when clients come to me and they say, can I find out what's, the energies in our connection and what's going on? They give me their name and their twin flame's first name. And there's like no doubt. So the reading reflects exactly, it resonates with them, is what I meant to say. So yeah, everything is a mirror, not just our twin flame. Energy is energy when you are certain. then that will be reflected in your life. When you honor how you feel and trust it and say, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that they are my twin flame, I can't help but feel it, then honor that and stick with that. And even on the days when you doubt, say, okay, I'm doubting it because I don't know what's going on, because I'm not feeling it. That's okay. But then the next day you check in and you say, okay, how do I feel? Yeah, there's still my twin flame. Okay, well then, yeah, honor that. We create our reality. We create our twin flame connection. We create separation. We create union with our conscious thoughts. So we must be very careful of our thoughts. And so, this is what my work is, because my goal is to support twin flames, because I know by supporting other twin flames, it helps me on my journey. It helps me come into long-term harmonious union with my twin flame. So I am motivated to help you come into union. I'm motivated to help you come into alignment, because what better way for me to come into long-term harmonious union with my twin flame is to help others do the same. So that's why I'm so committed to your journey, to clearing the blocks, to healing the inner child wounds, to coming into alignment. And so that's why I created the 12-week online program of achieving inner union to get into outer union with our twin flame. So I hope that really helped. I think I covered all the questions. If I missed any questions, more of a general nature, feel free to DM me. And if you want more of these type of videos where I answer your general questions, I'd be happy to do that. And if your questions are more of a personal nature, of your specific connection, please feel free to go ahead and purchase a reading with me. So I really appreciate you spending the time with me. I want to thank you so very much, and for watching and liking my videos, for subscribing if you haven't already. I want to thank you all for supporting my work. Please share these videos to help other twin flames that are in need of this support and guidance, like we all did when we first started, like we all continue to need guidance on this journey. So thank you also very much for all that you do, for all the healing work that you're doing that is really helping our planet to heal as well. So I honor each and every one of you, and I would also be honored to support you on your personal journey back to oneness, wholeness, and love. So again, thank you so very much. And until next time, I'm wishing you all so much love and peace.